little nomads, did you guess where I am this week? The land of the rising sun, lots of Zen temples. Yeah, that's right, we're in Japan. We're in Tokyo, Japan, the capital. But, familiar sight, backpack on. We're gonna go adventuring in Japan, down to Mount Fuji. But, as you can see, I've got an umbrella, a new umbrella, and it's raining, and there is a typhoon heading our way this weekend. All right, until later, guys. See you soon. All right, little nomads, a little bit of a deja vu from last week. I got to the station and everything was in Japanese, and so I wasn't quite sure which train to get on, but we are on the right train, and I bought the ticket on the train, which was really easy, and we are heading west. We're heading southwest towards Mount Fuji. And Japan is not a very big country, as you guys know, because you found it on the map. Right? Yeah, okay, good. And so it's really well connected, great train system, easy to get around. The people are super friendly, and the only challenge is that there's not necessarily a lot of English, so you kind of have to nod a lot and smile and try to play a little bit of charades. Little nomads. Well, remember yesterday when I said that there was a typhoon coming? Well, there's a typhoon and it's about like 15 minutes away. Now, did you guys look up typhoon? Because it's kind of like a hurricane, for those of you who know what a hurricane is. And I've been inside all day, and this is what we have to see. So this is dinner. We've got ourselves a hot pot. After a rainy, typhoony day, this is perfect. And so you scoop and put it in there. Yeah? Okay, let's eat. Hi, little nomads. I've got a treat for you. Behind me is Mount Fuji, also known as Fuji-san, because it is a holy mountain in the Shinto religion. Now in Japan, there's two major religions: Buddhism, which has many temples around the country, and Shintoism, which has many shrines around the country. And Shinto isn't as much of a popular religion anymore, but it's got many gods, almost 8 million gods. A god for the rock, and a god for the tree, and a god for the river, and a god for the lake, and a god for the mountain. And so Fuji, Mount Fuji, is a very recognizable mountain. You may have seen it in pictures related to Japan, and I bet if you did a sweet search to look up Japan, you would come across a picture of Mount Fuji. There you go. All right, little nomads. Well, we are out and about on this glorious sunny day. And so, Japan is in the northern hemisphere. Do you guys know the difference between the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere? There are actually a lot of differences, but the crossing area in the middle is called the equator. So north of the equator and south of the equator. And so Japan is in the same hemisphere as Canada. And that is where I grew up. And Japan is about the same latitude as Canada. And so today I'm feeling a bit at home because I am at a lake and the leaves are turning orange and red because it's fall, and the sun is shining and the temperature is perfect, and it doesn't feel very foreign at all. So let's explore a bit, yeah? Okay. last time you did a serious hike? I'm talking like straight up and straight down. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. All for another view of the mountain. So far, that's only part of it. I got a ways to go, but I feel like the view is gonna be worth it.
Yes, it's going.
Alright, little nomads. This is not an easy climb. And I am not by myself. I have 2 German guys with me, thank goodness. Because it's definitely not the easiest thing I've done. But as I said, we're going to get to the top very soon, yeah? Okay, what did I tell you? So after almost 2 hours of straight hiking up, we have made it to the summit, and it is fantastic. The sun is shining. Alright, little nomads, well just like that we have arrived in our final destination in Japan, Fukuoka. And that's it for this week. We've done a lot of really interesting fun things in Japan, and we'll just have to see where we are next week. So until then, stay curious, little nomads.